women's working together with partnership with other women's group by Weather Watch.
We are mostly reliant on Women's Weather Watch in case of disaster, and also since we are based in Suva Central, in case I rely mostly on networking through social media and also through our mobile phones and word of mouth.
Communication system from my community, from our family, it comes from our family is pretty open, and communication is very open, as well as we listen to each other, we hear each other out, and then that's exactly how we do things as well within our community, and be of support to one another as well.
Communications is fundamental. As House of Chameleon, we use communications pretty much around social media. Social media is our activist sort of medium that we utilize. But in saying that, we also need to understand that part of communication is not just a necessity. Communication is about translation. Communication is not just about dissemination. It's about quantitative and qualitative information. So what kind of stories or information do we want people to get based that it's both Q and Q, quantitative and qualitative. And in saying that, apart from social media and how it works for us, it also allows us to really tell our stories, and that's the beauty about communication. It gets a particular audience that we don't just stick to our audience. So our comfort is not just our target audience, who are transgender individuals or LBT people. Our audience is across all the sectors.
With us, communication system, one of the best ways of communicating is through SMS as well as word of mouth. These are two main effective ones. When we receive SMS, especially in terms of Women's Weather Watch, this SMS is then disseminated, but at areas where we have community that don't have access to phone, it's always easy that we visit them either at night or at daytime, but that is how we deliver the message around. It's through SMS as well as ourselves taking the information around.
For the communication system in my community, especially at home, the social media plays an important role, as majority of my family members and adults as teenage, so we've access to social media. So this is a communication that a tool of communication that we gather information from, that we pass to our family members before we hear it from television.
Okay, for the information received in Rambi, we not access to TV. Even some of people on Rambi, they don't have, most of us don't have radios, and the only communication we have is on mobile telephone. But most of the areas too on Rambi, they don't catch, like no network for the Vodafone in some areas, no network on the TFL. So in times of disaster, we can get information from our families in Suva by mobile. So
communication system for me in the community that I represent, I guess one of the important things that we've been using now is the Women's Weather Watch SMS messages. Like for now, after 7 months, some of the districts out in the Western Division are still without access to electricity. So for them, electricity is really important in terms of collecting information. So our Women's Weather Watch information was really helpful in terms of receiving the text messages, and also they were informed of any natural disaster that is coming up. That helps in their preparedness, and also at the same time, they're not only receiving it, but they are disseminating the information to their communities and also to the villages that they represent.